It's, where we are right now in science, there's no real chance. Though human brains can detect all dimensions, which is why we have unlimited creativity. This thing is so powerful. When are you going to create the... never. Are all dimensions the same size? No. No. As they get bigger, they're inverse square law. They spread out. Though, I mean, no, but the universe might be a set size. So the largest dimensions might not even fit entirely in the universe. So after a certain point, I don't know what point, but you're actually only getting part of the dimension in our dimension. Bro, you just hear spatting nonsense. Well, it depends. What do you want to talk about? I'm also answering questions. Tibala, do you have interest in inventing a teleporting car? A teleporting car? Kind of, yeah. Cars are kind of teleporters, to be honest with you. It's just, they're just barely teleporters. Any type of movement, to me, is a type of teleportation, except for I'm trying to think what doesn't count. Everything has a fraction of teleportation to it. So we've teleported. I guess not everything. Any type of vehicle transportation, any type of assisted transportation is slightly teleportation. I'll say that. But it's just that as human beings, you're at least wearing shoes. So if you're wearing shoes, that counts like a little bit of teleportation. Yes, I went to a little bit of college, tiny bit, not much, the smallest amount. What got you into this study? I do also have my own college. What got you into this study? I just like it. Interesting stuff. Why does wearing shoes mean you teleport? So what is teleportation, right? So if you think about it in a certain kind of way, teleportation is just traveling without experiencing the third dimension fully, or to varying degrees, right? Depending on what form of traveling you're doing. What do? Shoes insulate you from your friction with the ground. And then you're wearing clothes, also have other purposes, but part of it is they insulate you from the wind that you're feeling. So it's the lowest form, but you're not fully experiencing the third dimension as you travel. So you're doing like 0.000002% teleportation. Now let's go to full teleportation, right? So let's say they turn your body somehow into a electromagnetic signal, right? Which is still three-dimensional, by the way. But let's say they shoot that data from one location to another location, and then they reassemble you there. Now, why does that count as teleportation? Is it because it's faster? You're still three-dimensional, you're moving three-dimensionally, but it's because it's faster and you're experiencing a lot less of the teleportation. That I would consider maybe 85% teleportation. Now, if we went to like 100% teleportation, now we're talking about maybe you quantum tunnel, right? I think that would be probably maybe the standard definition of like real teleportation. Wormhole or quantum tunneling somehow. You somehow find a way to move your entire mass through the sixth dimension, and you just end up tunneling somehow. Make some sort of device. Or a wormhole, or you make like a human-sized black hole that's stable somehow, and then you go through it. Now, why is that? That would be 99.9% to me, teleportation. But like I said, the shoes, they still count, 0.00002. A car would be maybe 0.001% teleportation. Why? Because you get into this thing. Technically, for you, you're not experiencing very much of the third dimension. You're inside of a bubble. It's not airtight, again. So there's lots of different ways where you are experiencing the third dimension. Planes, that might be 0.1% teleportation, because you're going really fast. You're going inside of a thing. Now, imagine this. Imagine somebody, they came to your house. As soon as you woke up, you're like, hey, you press a button. I want to go to Phoenix. And as soon as they give you that, they give you like a sleeping gas, and then they pack you up and they take you to Phoenix. You wake up, you've experienced nothing. And you wake up in Phoenix in your hotel room with all your stuff. Now, did you teleport? They just moved you. They could have even driven you in a car. But even to me, that would be considered at least 1% teleportation. I think people might do that in the future. Well, they already do for medical purposes, but anyway. Just talking to you guys. Teleportation within this dimension field is primarily relative, I'd say. Yeah, it just depends on, it's not something that we've gotten very scientific about. I'm not sure. I've seen some scientific tests about teleportation. I don't know what method they're using. They might be using quantum tunneling. Does my college offer scholarships? Yes. Yes, indeed. Fastest way is to join the 8 League. Join the 8 League. Prove yourself. Though, how can I get accepted to your college? It's not really that hard. Shoot me a DM. We don't really have courses. I think we only have like 2 classes right now. And it's mostly focused on art at the moment, to be honest with you. Art and business. Until I get a little further with some of the hoverboard stuff, I don't think I'll be doing any science-related courses. Would you consider working with NASA? Hey, if NASA would consider working with me. You said, believe what? What do you believe? You a dean? I mean, there's no one else in the school except for me, so I would have to be everything, really. Has NASA contacted you ever, sir? No. They haven't even replied to my comments on social media, so NASA and I have no connections. Morning. That's crazy. So I could be the second person in your college. Let me see. Have I put anyone else on this team? Yeah, I guess you would be the second person. I don't even think I've taught anything. Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, people have perused our content, but as far as official people, could I be a professor? What do you want to teach? That's the question. Definitely you can be. I mean, I'd love to have you. What do you want to teach? That's the question. As long as you just have to teach something that you have some expertise in. I'll promote it. Hoverheads Academy. Yeah. Hoverheads Academy. That would be cool. That's not what it's called though, but I'm not going to get too much into it. Hoverheads Academy. Will you reach the 11th dimension? I've dabbled in it. Since you're such a busy scientist, what do you do when you're not studying? I'm live. I spend a little bit too much time on social media these days, but that's because it's really about the hoverheads. The hoverheads are So interesting. How do I become an intellectual like you? You gotta read. Read, and then write. Write a lot, read a lot, write a lot, read a lot. Take as many classes as you can, wherever you can, especially if they cost money, if you can afford it. I mean, but getting good teachers. What do I read? Any recommendations? It doesn't really matter, but the more difficult stuff that you read, the better. Casually peruse some scientific stuff, maybe learn another language a little bit, and then just read some high-level literature, adult literature, whatever your age group is actually. Can you explain the 7D core array? So the seventh dimension in my hypothesis is cores, centralization. And so part of the seventh dimension is, should I read Harry Potter? I've read all the Harry Potter books, but they came out when I was a kid. So if you're an adult reading Harry Potter, I don't know if that's gonna have the same effect. But they were coming out in like real time for me, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, all the way. I think the last book came out sometime in high school, and I bought that one too. I used to read those books in like a day. They were so good at that time. I don't even know why they were so. I mean, I don't think people can really remember how unless you're at least 30. Harry Potter was huge. They had kids waiting in lines. I've never seen it. They've never had anything like that for a book since. Like, it was like people would wait in line for Xbox games now. I mean, they don't even do that anymore because everything's online release. But people would be waiting in lines. Harry Potter was a craze, let me tell you. But those books were good. I didn't even talk about the books with anybody. I wasn't in like the Harry Potter clubs or whatever or anything like that. I just would tear through those books. I would just be lying in my bed like this. I couldn't even sit up because I just had the book propped up on a pillow just reading it. How do I keep a straight face? My face does it by itself. The movies are amazing. Yeah, the movies are good. The movies are very good. They're not as good as the books were, but the movies are amazing. Half-Blood Prince is the best book. It was crazy. She never disappointed. Like sometimes people will have like an off book or there'll be an off movie. Everything was bangers in Harry Potter's from the beginning. Bangers. Every line of every book. It felt so real. Anyway, it was out of here. Sorry. Let me chill out. Liam, what's up? Number one fan, you guys. Oh, yeah. I think you're number one fan. But anyway, number one fan club. And just a cool guy. What's the energy requirement for the Wilbur-Heinzer rule to counteract the Dimension 6 FTG? I don't know. I've never heard about that one. Zydrax. Hey, what's up, Zydrax? Sir, you are getting distracted. The government is onto you. They're not onto me. They're not onto me. We're all awake in the morning. Happy 4th of July, by the way, to everybody. I was actually going to do a 4th of July painting. I forgot. I was going to do some 4th of July art. Some digital 4th of July art. I broke the main reason I got this phone is because it has a stylus, so I can do digital art easily. But then I broke the stylus into the bottom. I need to buy another one online. This is actually my second stylus. What book would you recommend? Have you done Qubit Lattice Knee Growth Experience? I don't even know what that is. Dukes, hey. Does he say coherent sentences? I mean, I think so. What are you doing? And what does that mean? Are molecules on the skateboard still interacting like a centrifuge. Oh, have you guys seen Hail Mary? Project Hail Mary? That was a really good one. Ryan Gosling movie just came out, and I enjoyed that. What's the best discovery you've made? Probably the fourfold topology. And some of my correlations with dimension, sixth dimension stuff. I think the sixth dimension stuffs can be proved pretty well. V40 ounce. Are you a doctor? I only take prescriptions from doctors. What do you do this for? Science. The love of science, my guy. I'm a fan. I'm a science fan. Like you might be a whatever fan. I'm a science fan. What are the correlations from the sixth dimension and the skateboard? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. So, skateboards. I mean, sixth dimension. Maybe in that the skateboards are systems right now. They're wheel systems of wheels. It's interesting. The bearing is more two-dimensional in nature, but the wheels are somewhat six-dimensional. Interesting question, my friend. That'll make me think. No World Cup for me yet. If this guy disappears, we know what happened. I probably won't disappear, I guess. I don't think anyone. I'm not really like threatening anyone's business except for Amazon. I'm trying to take about 3% of Amazon's business, but it's not as easy as you think. A little bit from BP as well. Just a little bit. A little bit from 7-Eleven, just take a little bit of their business. A little bit of Quick Trips business as well I'd like to take, but nothing they'd really notice long term. This guy's a fraud. What did I do? I'm sending SEAL team to end your research, doctor. What the heck? I'm not even doing anything too crazy. Thoughts on plastic, the plastiline guy? There's the guy who does that. I mean, plastic is the same thing as gasoline. It's just like a slightly different. So the chemicals, the molecules are right there. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's not particularly efficient, but if we ever get to a place where we can't make gasoline for some reason, then I suppose you could start converting plastic into gasoline. Though hopefully we'll find something better than fossil fuels. Solar energy is really good. I think it's really just the fact that we don't have good batteries is the main problem. Thank you so much, Yad, for 12 whole roses. That's freaking amazing. Man, I love you. I'm so funny. I am actually very funny, so I appreciate you for recognizing my boundless quantities of humor. Boundless quantities. What is the circumference of the portal to the seventh dimension? About the size of a city, but there's no such thing as a portal. But if I had to answer that, I would say it's about the size of a city. What does it take to become a hoverhead? You're already here. Just one comment, one view of any video, one comment in a live, you're here. You're a hoverhead, in my opinion. I actually think everyone's a hoverhead. I used to kind of like be like, oh, this person's a hoverhead, this person's not. But now I realize everybody's a hoverhead. Everybody's really a hoverhead. Some people are upset about that, but they'll get over it. Do you work or just science? Isn't science work? And isn't work science? So, I mean, I do a lot of both of those in a lot of different arenas. Humans are so dynamic. You'll realize that as you get older, you know. You can't really tell looking at your dad, but he probably makes money like 5 different ways. How to ascend into the 11th dimension? It's already here. You're already there. It's not really that high as far as dimensions. 11 isn't, you know, even that high. But all dimensions are here. Even if it was the 66 billionth dimension, they're all right here. How close are you to achieving your goal? Moving. What's the longitude and latitude coordinates for the Earth's densest energy domain? Oh, I don't know. Probably the equator, just because it's so hot. But then maybe it's the poles. Maybe the cold has stored more energy, or maybe it's the densest forests. I don't know, actually. What are some parasitic values in humans that you have determined through life? What does that mean, bro? What are parasitic values in humans that you have determined? The ways in which humans act like parasites? Have you, sorry, it was just such an interesting question. Have you entered into a state of multidimensional being? We're all multidimensional. Who's not multidimensional? Everything is still multidimensional. Literally everything. Are you an alien communicating to your planet from Earth from that earpiece? That would be dope. How to make sure the hoverboards stabilize their quantum energy, not building a neutron star. We don't have enough energy to build a neutron star, my G. I followed you waiting for you to find the cure for ant bites. I don't do a lot of biology stuff or medicine stuff. Hey, you got me messed up. How, bro? Do you work with... Oh, too fast. Every time I see your videos. Oh, heck yeah. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that you see the multiple... The fact that any of you have seen multiple videos is freaking amazing. That's why freaking amazing. I'm going to do an American flag sketch. This is my last artwork. Now I'm going to do an American flag theme piece. You're funny. Thanks. We are so close to achieving our goals. Hey, love to hear it. I'm trying to build a fourth dimensional hover text that, oh, bro, keep going. Any tips? Send me what you're working on. Do you work with breakthrough physicists, Mike? No, I don't know who that is. How many years does Earth have left? Well, I have no idea. Could be anything, honestly. I have no idea. I can't tell. Unless you're just talking about Earth by itself. Will be a good background to start on. Start on some red, but that's a little bit too much. No, we'll go with that. Start on some red. Wish I could like screen share onto here. Opinions on combobulators? None too many. Thank you guys for the 507K likes, by the way. How the 10th dimension hoverboard gone? It's gone. It's moving. It's moving and grooving. What physical properties? Okay. Close to getting muted, my friend. Have you been able to reach the 11th dimension with hovering yet? That's the goal. That is the goal. So the 10th dimension is hover. And then that is the goal. Oh no, my earphones are about to die. Oh, great. My phone died. Mike, I don't know who Mike Hunt is. 10th D. I don't understand your skateboard thing. What does it mean? The goal is a hoverboard. What's the goal? I read an article, Oxford validates, I don't Oxford validates light is particle, not a wave. What's your thought on light being a particle, not a wave? What's my thought? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. That's pretty interesting. I mean, I have to go back and look at the double slit experiment, see what's going on then, because why is light, the problem is not really whether or not light is a wave or not, it's just that why does it do certain things that waves do? So what's the new explanation for its wave-like behavior? I mean, I don't think it would be that big of a problem, but all right, though, you guys, I gotta go take a shower. Any new theories? No, not so much. I was thinking the seventh dimension might be on the scale of like a human city or something like that. That's kind of the newest I got on that. But thank you guys for the multiple gifts, the 5.9K likes. It's fun to see you in the morning. Hope you're having a great July 4th. For those of you who are celebrating that. And I mean, I guess no matter what, everyone's doing July 4th, whether or not you're celebrating, you're in the US or whatever. July 4th is like one of the sneakiest, coolest holidays. I just don't know exactly what to like do to celebrate it, but I want to do something. So we'll see what we're gonna get up to today. Do you see the work from Dr. Mike? I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Just gotta find some fireworks. Anyone in Georgia? I want to find some fireworks in Georgia. If a grain of rice hit you at the speed of light, everything would explode. Well, not everything, but I don't know if that would be enough to destroy the planet, but it might be.